Partnerships are very important to our audience. We do a ton of introductions between brands, whether it's a shoe company and an airline and a food company. They're looking for ways to create partnerships that are symbiotic and mutually beneficial. How do you guys look at partnerships? It sounds like it's something that's going to be more important going forward. What does that mean to you, and what will that mean to the program?
I think there's been a deep foundation of partnership engagement with this program for the past 2 decades. I mean, look at the gas relationship. At a certain point in time, someone very smart realized, our customers need to get to our store. Why not reward them with savings toward one of the most relevant day-to-day costs that they have, and created that gas relationship, which we have with fuel rewards right now, which allows us to be able to redeem points at Shell stations. But that type of thinking, needs to continue to evolve because when you look at our footprint, not everyone drives. DC is becoming a much more congested area. A lot of folks live in the city, closer to mass transit, and there needs to be opportunities for them to be able to engage with things above and beyond gas. So we look at the partnership opportunities very seriously, and without kind of tipping, our hat, so to speak, with some of the direction. One of the best things that we do, Mark, is we just go out and talk to our customers and say, at the end of the day, what are the companies that you see the most value with engaging with on a day-to-day basis? And so they tell us where they go get a cup of coffee, how they like to travel, the type of things that they stream online. And we look at these partnerships and say, you know what? We think that we can be a part of that at the right level to maybe give our currency more flexibility in the future to engage with those type of partners. So if they're coming to our store, our currency may be a part of how we got them there. Or maybe, with what they did after the fact to go get something to eat or drink a coffee, or even above and beyond when they're engaging with us. The fact that maybe we can help pay down a streaming service, a loyalty relationship is always great when they're directly involved with you, but that's not always going to be the case. And if our currency can be valuable to them, even above and beyond where they thought of us at some point in time when they're not directly engaged with Giant, that is incredibly powerful, to give them another reason to shop with us. And Mark, the way that we always look at it is, if a competitor opened a half a mile closer to where they lived, would they drive that extra half mile to our store? And we think our loyalty program could be a compelling enough reason to say, I've built up this value, I'm continuing to get something from it that would motivate them to continue to have that way of thinking.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and just to add on to that a little bit, historically, Giant Food has just been so, has deep roots within our community. And so one of the things that we do the most is partnerships with our community. And so finding ways to continue that aspect and help our customers. We hear this a lot. How can our customers give back to the community through us? We have so many different programs that are out there right now. It's just a natural fit to tie it into our loyalty program as well.
We are fortunate to have 19 locations, but we're still relatively small in the scheme of the restaurant industry. Yeah. So partnerships are a pretty big part of our strategy for, doing a technology program like this. We could have never done this without a partner like Thanks. We don't have the tools and resources to build something from scratch. So finding those established vendors who not just have the technology, but also, are willing to be a strategic partner is really important to us to help us make sure we're growing and developing in the right way. And then certainly forming partnerships in the community, I think, is really important to restaurants. So we do a lot of efforts, on a, community level, with various schools and fundraisers to kind of get the word out there.
Absolutely. I do believe partnership is a big part, especially when it's done right. Right partnership can really change the loyalty program in great ways. So I would say we have started, we have been doing quite a lot with partnership as a brand as Michaels. So I'll share with you some of the initiatives we have with Boys and Girls of America, which is more of a charity partnership. But what we did is we integrated that with our loyalty program. So if you donate $1 towards that charity, up to $5, we add that many reward dollars to your account. So it was very successful during the holiday timeframe, where people felt, they got the satisfaction about giving it to charity, but at the same time they got rewarded from Michaels. So I feel like that's a win-win for both our customers, the charity, and Michaels. Then we have our evergreen, military and teachers discount. That's another kind of not partnership, but we acknowledge them as our valuable customers, and we have ongoing discount for them. Apart from that, we have looked at a lot of partnership with UPS. We are an access point with UPS as well, where customers can come in and pick up their packages. We have a partnership with a firm that we recently established, where customers can pay the ticket over multiple payments. And then we have a partnership with Percolator as well in Canada. So absolutely, we value partnership, but like you said, we gotta be thoughtful in picking the right partnership so that it works for both the brands.
Well, we've been working with Live Nation now for a couple of years, so this was just something that an extension of our partnership. We've done other things, with some of their artists. We do some things with them, digitally. We've been able to do some remote, like concerts during the pandemic that have been kind of fun, and rewarding some avid fans with a private concert by some artists and things like that. So we use it mostly through digital means and through social media means right now, because we started the partnership and then hit the pandemic pretty quickly.
Right.
So but it's worked pretty well. It's been interesting the way that they've done a really nice job at reaching their customer base, and they have a huge one. Anyone that buys through Ticketmaster as part of their database. So they've done a really good job of reaching out to that database on our behalf, during this time frame.
2020 was a fantastic year for us in terms of bringing new partners to the table and really harness the power of both brands when we're working with individual partners. And so we count now partners as diverse as AARP to Amazon and Apple. We've done some exciting things with them over the past year, and we feel really good about that. We feel there continues to be opportunity to develop partnerships because frankly, consumers really look for brands that are relevant to them. And by continuing to grow our brand in terms of either associations or promotions that may be done in conjunction with, and the enablement of innovative payment solutions that these partnerships bring is really, really exciting for us, to hit the consumer where they need to be messaged, and also to be able to keep up our tradition of innovative payment. We were the first to market with the SpeedPass fob in the 90s, and we continue to follow that tradition, being the first to bring an app to market with EMR, SpeedPass Plus at the time, now EMR Plus, and now having NFC and QR enabled payment at our sites.
I think those kind of partnerships are on the horizon here for us. I mean, whether there's lots of health and wellness and beauty brands, our clients way over index just wellness overall. They're 2 times more likely to use supplements than the average person, or go to yoga, or even using accessories or handbags, or the way they accessorize their house. Our clients are just aesthetically minded and wellness minded individuals. So I think there's a lot to do there that we haven't capitalized on yet. And the same thing as the world opens up here, whether it's like the dry bars of the world, or there's various other non-traditional places to try to create synergy and energy with in the physical world out there as well, that we're super excited to go explore.
We have probably our business, we're still growing, so we're 185, 17 states strong. What matters the most in us is we're still very focused on that local market, and we push out from the store out. So a lot of our partnerships really are on a local basis, and it's those local high schools, it's the spirit nights, things like that we're very focused on. It's the nurses and the hospitals that we're focused on. We do have a connection, and again, it's sort of part of our story that I didn't talk about. Stacy and her husband Kevin, when they founded the restaurant as a family, Kevin actually also passed away from cancer in 2015, part of the change of the business to be sold. And so we have a Chicken Salad Chick Foundation that supports cancer research, as well as food banks and feeding the hungry. So a lot of our efforts in marketing and partnership go back and try to really support that initiative. And a lot of it's really on a local basis, which is where we're getting our core business. That doesn't mean that we don't have some areas that we look more nationally. We're growing, so I think we haven't yet had any of those larger brand partnerships. We have a partnership, obviously, in the restaurant with Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola company. So we activate a lot of things with that partnership with Coke. We're excited because we've done quite a few things. SEC football is big for us. We started in Auburn. We've got stores in, every SEC just about every SEC town, college, university town. So that's been a big push for us. We've moved into the ACC now. We've moved beyond that. I guess we're going Midwest now. So excited about those connections for us. So we do have partnerships through sports as well. But like the Coke partnership has been great for us. We're even going to be working on some things for this summer's Olympics. So excited about that.